for my Energy Creates project, I decided to make a board game based on the Canadian energy sector. I wanted to choose this medium as I personally enjoy artworks that I can interact with using my own hands, and with my entry I want to design something that would energize the youth of Canada to be more aware of, to be passionate about, and to be involved in our energy future. Now I'll start off by explaining about my question cards. With these, I decided to make my game a little bit more educational or also include a skill-based component to my games. They are 75 questions based on the Canadian energy sector. This includes general knowledge about the energy sector. It includes the theme of Energy Creates for this year, energy poverty, and it also includes a little bit of energy activism, which is designed to ensure that the players are able to reflect on the Canadian energy sector and kind of see how they are involved within the energy sector. Just be a little bit more aware about that. I'll show off the cards as well. But there are 75 questions and they have their answers in the back. Now, going on to our energy card types, I've built these about 6 different major energy categories within Canada. This is the main playing component of the game, and I'll illustrate that with this deck that I have set aside. With each card, there is 3 tiers. So this is the basic tier, this is the second tier, denoted by the red Canadian flag, and this is the third or the highest tier, denoted by the red Canadian maple leaf in a golden color. This is the solar card theme. This is the hydro card theme. This is the wind card theme. This is the natural gas card theme. This is the nuclear card theme. And lastly, this is the oil card theme. Now in the background here is we have our playing map, or what it's called in the game is called the Blueprint of Canada. The player here is usually just a planner within Canada. They're tasked with figuring out Canada's energy sector and making decisions to fulfill the plan. So the main objective of the game is to fill this out. And the way the player gets access to that is through these cards. A player is able to pick up a card within the beginning of their turn. They read the card, they answer it. If they're able to answer the card correctly, what ends up happening is they can select 2 of these cards from the deck that is upside down. If they're unable to answer the card or the card question, then they only get 1 card. What I've also denoted, just to make things a little bit more fun, is if they answer the card, they can either choose to draw 2 cards, or they can do is that they can only pick up 1 card, but they can also choose to trade one of their existing cards in their deck with their opponent's card. The objective of the game is realized once the player is able to fully fill up their blueprints. One thing to also note is that each of these sectors, so for example the Prairie Provinces, the Central Canada, the West Coast, Atlantic regions, or the territories, or the special card, each has to have a different type of energy. So for example, we can't have hydro and hydro in one major sector. They need to be different. So once that is able to be done by the player, they are able to complete their game and they win. I thought a little bit forward. I feel like this game might become a little bit repetitive. So what I wanted to do to spice things up in repeated playing cycles would be creating these 4 scenarios. Scenario 1 is an energy espionage. Scenario 2 is a climate crisis countdown. Scenario 3 is a transmission from the energy future crisis scenario. And lastly, alien invasion is our last scenario. This is designed to make the game feel a little bit more fun for various users. They can pick which scenario they like the best or play it in the classic mode, and it also allows the game to be revisited and explored many, many different times. Lastly, this logo is just meant to signify my rulebook. I didn't include it here as I was able to talk through the game. Thank you. Now I will be demonstrating this game. Thanks to my sister for helping me out. She will be acting as player 2. So we will begin now. This is the first card. She will begin first.
Which energy source uses moving air? I will say the answer is B. Yes.
That is correct. So she will get 2 energy cards. Player 1 does not see the other players, but player 2 can take a look at the cards and place whichever they like down. I will go next. Energy poverty can cause which of the following? I will say B. Health problems from the cold or the heat. That's correct, so I will also be able to pick 2 cards. And then I will place 1 down. And that's the end of my turn, so it's now player 2's turn.
Canada's energy production increased by blank percent in 2023 compared to 2005. I will say the answer is A, 220%. That is incorrect.
That was unfortunately wrong, but you still get 1 card. I will go next. Which organization regulates nuclear safety in Canada? I would say that is C. The answer was correct. Now, when we get a correct answer, we can either choose to pick 2 cards, or we can choose to pick 1 card and make a trade. I will choose to make that trade, so I'll pick 1 card and I'll pick my other card as well. Now I can choose to pick either one of these cards and make a trade. I'll have access to player 2's deck. There's only 1 card in this case, so I can just pick this card up and I can swap it with my own. And then I can place any of my cards down. Now we'll fast forward a little bit towards the end.